Hello, this is Shag, and welcome to Super Mario Land. Also, welcome to using XSplit to record things, so that we can have lovely computer audio, instead of recording through my speakers. Take that, sound card. So, Super Mario Land was the second thing, I think, that I ever LP'd. And it was a terrible color version that made some mistakes and screwed some things up. So today we're going to look back on that with a casual stroll through Super Mario Land. If you remember the casual stroll through Super Mario World, for the most part, it was of the rule that I take my time, don't use the run button, and do whatever the heck I felt like, really. For some reason, the fireball button is over here. You can't tell where that is because you can't see my controller. The other part about the casual stroll is how generally nonsensical my commentary became, at least in some sort of way. It was an interesting insight into the mind of someone, possibly me. Man, with the computer audio, I can hear more parts of the can-can than I ever could before on a 3DS using a virtual console. For some reason, I really like Super Mario Land. It's just the sort of good game you can pick up and mess around with or play while on the toilet or in a chair or some other sitting mechanism. But I don't know, it's the simplicity of it all. And the happiness of the music also helps. And I still really like playing Mario games without running, because it's just like I don't know. It helps that Mario's little walking animation kinda syncs up to the music. So he's just casually running around murdering things with the off-brand fireballs that were super balls or something. I guess they're just called Super Balls. I wonder why they never use these again. The way they ricochet is pretty interesting. I like them. Maybe it's just because something called Super Ball is really stupid. I think that's an item in Final Fantasy I totally pressed the jump button there. You'll have to take my word for it. That's one of the other things that's pretty funny about this game, honestly, is if you don't jump off a platform, the speed at which you fall is a little bit hilarious. Also, the lives are hearts because I guess having two kinds of mushroom in the Game Boy palette was literally impossible. Completely unheard of. Super Mario Land 2 also used hearts for lives, I think. Oh man, it's a bonus game. Can you line up Mario in the ladder for obtuse prizes? I don't particularly care. Oh, whoa! It looked like I cared because I did well. Oh no. That's not exactly what I intended to do at all. So it is nowhere close to exact. It's also fairly possible to play through at least early parts of this game without killing anything. Like, I just sit down and occasionally try not to do things in Mario games. I fell for that trap, even though I never fall for that trap, because I always fell for that trap. That disappoints me. I mean, usually I'm like, I know that it's there. I'm aware of this trickery that is about to occur. There's also some trickery here. You know, if you were to get this mushroom, and then get hit by those falling tiles, I guess that's why there's that one block pit there, because otherwise you'd be stuck. It's a secret to everybody. Sometimes you just want to break every block, and sometimes you're rewarded for doing that. And sometimes you throw bouncing rubber balls at living sphinxes that shoot fireballs while you're underground. This game is pretty weird and out of place in terms of Mario. I'm just gonna casually kill this guy here. I could have gotten more attacks in by jumping when he was on the ground, but I didn't. Also, for some reason, in the emulated audio here, the score bonus calculating thing at the end sounds more like a single tone than repeated noises. Thank you, Mario. Oh, Daisy. And if I had never played Super Mario Land, and I had no idea what to expect, I think I had some idea what to expect, like, 5 years ago when I recorded this the first time. I would be very confused if I were comparing it to other Mario games. By the way, these fish are the most useless enemy ever, because I'm pretty sure they can't even hurt you. Or at least it would take some effort to get them to hurt you. On the other hand, those moving platforms are a very dangerous enemy. I mean, if you're not just going with the flowing and you keep moving and stuff, if you wait too long and they get out of sync, it can be kind of hard to read what's going on. The best part about the casual stroll through Mario game is getting an invincibility star and then walking at the same pace without even trying to destroy all your enemies. Undoubtedly infuriating at least one person watching. If anyone is watching. Someone is always watching. At least one person. So that was kind of close, actually. So, World 2 in this game has some music in it that you probably just heard some of, and now you're going to hear some more of, that, as far as I know, is very rarely remixed compared to the very commonly remixed overworld theme for 1's World and 3, and the slightly less commonly remixed theme for the underground areas. Which, oddly enough, the underground one was the only one remixed in Smash Bros. Brawl, and that's really disappointing, by the way. I also wish they had remixed Mario Land 2 music for Brawl, but hey. I think there's a star in one of these somewhere. Destroy all the blocks. Also, those guys are really weird and they throw their head at you. This game almost feels more like it was supposed to be something other than a Mario game. More so than Super Mario Land, or no, Super Mario Bros. 2. I mean, it's got a different princess, who, for all intents and purposes, looks the same. It's only got a few Mario enemies. Sometimes they're only Mario enemies in spirit, and sometimes they're just pixels that coincidentally resemble a Goomba because they only have, like, 8 pixels in them. All of the other enemies are completely different from anything in Mario games. Well, no, there's the piranha plants. Oh, and then there's this part. Because, since when did Mario not have auto-scrolling underwater submarine shmup segments with fish that try to kill you? Well, the fish that try to kill you part's not really new for Mario at all. But hey. It feels at least as out of place as Mario Bros. 2 did. Though I really like Mario Bros. 2 also, so... Who knows? It is a mystery. A mystery under the sea. Those octopi are the masters of deception. Because the secret to battling them is not to battle them at all. Okay, they're either the masters of deception or some sort of Zen philosophy. But if you destroy them, they explode into bullets, and if you don't destroy them, they do nothing. Especially not getting destroyed. So, that's handy, I guess. These fish are tricks, though. Someone has written out Mario's name in the sea. It must be painstaking to get coins to float in specific places underwater. Considering, like, you know, physics. Then there's this guy, who is extremely not threatening. I could sit here and listen to the boss music for a while now. It's not very interesting, though. Off-screen, Mario disembarks his submarine to find another definitely not Daisy. I really like these "oh no, it's not Daisy" scenes because they're just so absurd. Mario stands, looking in disbelief as an octopus flops slowly out of bounds. That's also a very ominous noise for "you already have a flower, you idiot. How dare you fail this minigame, which is largely random. Now go jump on flying totem poles on Easter Island, or else." Did I mention this game is strange? Oh. And these things that are essentially donut blocks are more like hamburgers? I don't know. It's difficult to assign a shape to something that small. Maybe they're ice cream sandwiches. That seems more reasonable, given the colors. Hello, jumping totem pole. For some reason, jumping totem poles are deadly, but also, for some reason, they take 2 Super Balls to kill. I do not know why. Also, the Koopas explode. I don't know if I've actually bothered jumping on one up until this point, which is why I say they're only Mario enemies in spirit. Or in pixels. Explosion sounds kind of weird emulated as well. I guess there are also bullet bills, but cannons firing bullets is by no means a novel Mario-only concept. So, I mean, that's what they're designed to do, in a sense. I don't think Mario games have ever had cannonballs in them, just bullets. Hello, Moai Head. And Totem Pole. Also, all the enemies in this game, like, when you die, or when they die, their corpse lingers for a second, and then makes a Atari noise in order to disembark from this plane of existence. It's kind of strange. Moving platforms will be the death of me. At least once. But not today. I shouldn't have jumped, because I got killed. Simple cause and effect. There's going to be a third one, I think. Yep. Here's the part where the color ROM hack that I played 5 years ago really messed things up, because these boulders became like Goombas inside of bubbles or something, which were not very reliably jump-onable, while these boulders are simple to ride. That platform is really there for no purpose at all. Ah, I'm being crushed. Pretend that I planned it this way. Now World 3 gets cave-like, with spiders. Spiders are a primary characteristic of most caves. I unplugged the phone, and I took it out of the little holder thing that it's in to charge, and yet it persists in ringing. It's like it's haunted, but its only purpose as a ghost is to be really irritating and probably run out of batteries. I'll just have to wait for that day. Whoa, that was actually almost painful. What's that Koopa doing up there? Also, what's that pipe doing up there? It's not like you can get there. Spiders experience natural diversity in this cave. There are at least 2 varieties, unless one of them is not actually a spider, because it's pretty difficult to identify what that may or may not actually be. I don't know. It looks kind of strange. I feel that I'm not strange or delusional enough to actually call this a casual stroll at this point. I mean, granted that I am at sometimes standing still and not strolling, which might be the epitome of casual. I'm not sure that this is a well-researched and documented area. These cannons disobey Mario law by appearing when you are standing on top of where they would appear. Also, they disobey Mario law by, you know, working like piranha plants. This guy doesn't want to get hit. Well, good thing we hit him in the back then, because he didn't have much of a choice. I will become time itself. And now we have the underground music while being distinctly on an overworld, with totem poles ominously looming in the background, and the platforms have discovered diagonal dimensions. How nightmarish. Boulders are also being used for offensive purposes and not utility-based ones. Also nightmarish. I definitely forgot about that. Wow. This is the sort of thing you're not supposed to do in an officially licensed quote-unquote Mario game. That is the stuff of ROM hacks. One does not usually stand in front of a pit and jump straight up. Instead, they usually go down pipes. This music, if you could call it music, which you could because it's musical, it's the sort of thing one just hums to oneself while walking slowly. Casually, perhaps. These platforms are out to kill us. And they're a little bit better about it than their brethren. It would probably not be very good to be a sentient moving platform. I guess that's when you end up with things like the footholders in Mega Man games. If you collect a flower when you're small, you don't actually get the Super Ball in this game. Didn't realize that. The more you know, I guess. Too bad he didn't know more. He might have noticed that I wasn't there anymore to be targeted. Hello, Princess Daisy. There sure are a lot of you around. Well, hey, at least they thank you. They're just very polite changelings slash shapeshifters slash illusions. And now World 4, with also pretty good music, which is also, I think, remixed at least more than the World 2 overworld theme. I used this music once in my terrible Super Mario World hack, which I made years ago, and I still haven't made an actual Mario game to a finished point, which is better than it. I forgot about the ninjas, I guess? Also lots of bamboo and mountains and stuff. I'm not at all sure why the final world takes place in such an oriental type level. Especially when the final boss is a space alien from space. As opposed to from oriental lands. Which is what this would imply. I hope you enjoy Pit's Ninja Lady, because that's where you're going to end up. See, the thing about playing Mario games at a casual stroll pace is that it's actually about 1 million times safer unless the Mario game is actually, you know, difficult or has a stringent time limit, which most don't. Ninjas are not very good at navigating bottomless pits. If they're lucky, they can wall jump out, but I'm not sure if that's in this list of ninja capabilities that's going on here. They're good at playing dead, or playing flat. Otherwise they're not too sharp. Ha! A musical joke. Or at least a pun, or play on words. I don't need these coins for anything, I just want them. That is some social commentary on the rich of America. Unfortunately, we do not deal mostly in coins, but they don't really need their money, they just want it. Insert a large political discussion about taxes here if you like, but I don't have much knowledge of that. I just hit blocks with my head until money comes out. Or in New Super Mario Bros. 2, my head becomes a block and money comes out. The funny thing about that is that Kit has told a story of how when he was young he wrote a story wherein it begun with one day Mario was walking along and his head got stuck in a block. And then New Super Mario Bros. 2 comes out and Mario literally gets his head stuck in a block. Which was pretty much the last thing that we would expect to actually come true out of nonsensical things we did as kids. There are a lot of cannons in oriental areas, so if you're traveling, caution is advised. Does the music speed up twice, or am I just sort of imagining things? The time limit was actually getting short there. I didn't remember how the World 4 stages actually became somewhat lengthy. Wow, they found some new tile sets to use in this game. Oops, I tripped into a Koopa and died. Perhaps I will actually need some of my 16 lives. It's not the good kind of fire flower. Well, I usually don't put cannons on top of pipes you can go in, or piranha plants, or anything like that in Mario games. That snake is kind of adorable. It's been a while since I actually played World 4 of this game, because I usually don't play through it multiple times. So I forgot a lot of the unique things that World 4 shoves into it. I guess that Koopa's on vacation off the side of the screen for now. Sometimes you just want to break every block. Except for that one. There's the fire flower. I will show you the correct kind of fire flower, or, you know, ball flower. The enemy of this game could only afford the cheapest fire bar substitute available. Or perhaps they are rotodiscs. Here is an invincibility star. Now I have a section that you cannot easily run through due to slow-moving platforms. Please enjoy the can-can while we put you on hold. I don't think the can-can is ever used for actual hold music because it's probably too exciting for people who are supposed to be bored waiting on people to answer phones. A large number of things in this game spit fireballs and don't do anything else really interesting. But that snake is adorable, so it's okay. If you were running, you could easily cross one-tile gaps for reasons not really explained, but I'm not running, so I can't. Whoops. That didn't pan out. Hey, did you like it when Mario was in a submarine? Because now he's in a plane. Birds are like fish, except they're in the sky, except instead of the water. So, hooray. Also, the sky is apparently populated by fewer blocks on average than the ocean floor. Oh no. Also, the ocean floor has less missiles in it. Thankfully, some of the random blocks just have mushrooms in them for some reason. Should probably have focused on taking out those guys more than I did before. This is awfully cheerful music for what is actually the final level of the game. Here are some death spikes in case you weren't sure. and some fists in pipes. That's a pretty great thing for something only used, like, once. 2 times in one area. Take that, Cloud. And so here's Tatanga, the aforementioned space alien from space, who for some reason decided to make his headquarters in the sky over an oriental area. But I guess he's not very good at it, so it doesn't really matter. Alright, Mario, transition out of this one into a Daisy area. Okay, thanks, fine. Oh, Daisy, Daisy! You know it's the real Daisy, because you address her first and say her name twice. Your quest is over. Now do it again, but with more stuff. Except don't, because here's a rocket ship. So enjoy this lengthy credit sequence. So, there you have it. Kinda wish you could fly this plane around during the credits. That would be cool. But no. The music is pretty good, though. Anyway, there you have it. It's possible to beat this game without using the run button to actually run. I only used it to throw fireballs, which were actually super balls. So yeah. I don't know at all why Mario was obligated to save Daisy. Was he just in Sarasa Land at the time? Mario, the place you're on vacation for has had political upheaval and kidnappings. Better go fix it. We'll pay for your return ticket if you do. You'll even get, like, business class on the way back. Please keep your seat and tray in the upright position in order to survive impending doom. Doom is always impending in the Mushroom Kingdom, or at least Bowser is impending. Oh, the credits weren't nearly as long as I thought they were, I guess. It says the end. Okay, that's a little underwhelming, let's be honest. So now things should be harder, because there's gonna be, like, more dudes. Let's just demo that there are more dudes. I think there were more people around in that brief time span that I was alive. I definitely played this game twice before, when I recorded it many years ago, yes. The population has increased since the last time we visited, for some reason. But I don't intend to play the game a second time in a row. So just to show everything, here's the Game Over bar. It's not a screen. Game Over screen technology had not been invented yet. So this has been Shag, and that was Super Mario Land, a casual stroll. There was a comma between those two things. Here's the computer's casual stroll through the game. They don't run either, apparently. It's because they are showing how to play, without actually showing how to play. Or forcing a tutorial on you. But, yes, Shag, casual strolling through Super Mario Land, no run button, not quite delusional enough to go on bizarre rants that make you laugh, but hopefully delusional enough to say something that was entertaining. Oh man, the computer can demo at least 2 levels, and he looks at his fallen prey before continuing, as if to say, yes, I stomped on you. You are now dead.